Welcome to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders on 1240 Radio WOMT.
And good morning, Lakeshore, and welcome back to Fine Living right here on 1240 Radio WOMT. We are once again with Jim Reif from Jim Reif Builders. Good morning, Jim.
Gary, good morning to you.
How are you, sir?
Real good. Yourself?
Well, I can't complain on a Monday morning.
Great.
Jim, we're talking today about after a customer meets with you and you kind of figure out the plans and figure out, some of the needs versus the wants we talked about in the past. It's time for you to give them the proposal. And I'm assuming it's more than a one-page proposal. It's very detailed, as I'm looking at one of your copies right here. I mean, it goes in depth with absolutely everything you can imagine.
We do, Terry. I think it's real important that the consumer understands what they get. I don't know about other contractors. I don't think most of them are real hardcore sell, but we try to bring the information over, sit with the clients, and review everything, answer questions and stuff like that, so that they feel comfortable. Then they can go home and they can read through it. It's all in writing, or they can read through to make sure what they want they're getting, and that's by looking both at the proposal or the specifications and their blueprints that they have developed.
Now, the question here, Jim, because I'm just kind of looking at this. This is almost an 18, 20-page proposal for this specific individual. There's a lot of information here. Do you actually then sit down with everyone and kind of go over this in person in case, or so that they understand what's in this, or are you basically just handing this off and saying, here, sign this hopefully later?
No, we actually meet in person. I will never mail a proposal. Or mail or email. We always personally deliver them and sit down and review them. Again, we point out to them, we sit down at that meeting to ask questions, put notes on their copy. We're not hardcore sell. We're not there to get that contract signed right there and then. It's like we're not going to leave until you sign.
Sure.
It's like we're here to inform you and then help you, make your decision. You get time after to review that for days, weeks, whatever you need, and then move to the next step.
Mm-hmm. And I think, basically what you're saying in a nutshell is that you're very customer-oriented. You want to make sure that the customer feels safe or secure about their decision, because your home is one of, if not the biggest investments you'll ever make, and especially if you're going to be building completely brand new, you want to make sure that you have everything and you understand what's going on.
That's correct. And not only does the consumer need this information, if you're working with a financial institution, bank or credit union, you're going to need to have detailed specifications and plans that they can then give to the appraiser. The appraiser has to come up with a number, what the house is worth, so that you can borrow money based on that number. So they need to have all that information. It's right there. There's no gray areas per se. We try to inform the client. And it's very commentary for that when we meet with folks, deliver this contract. We'll hear back from them within a week usually, and they'll say, we want to make a few changes, so then we can go through and make those changes before we sign a contract to get the project moving.
Mm-hmm. Jim, what can one expect in a proposal like this?
Well, your typical, information on windows and furnaces and all that should be in there, but you also want to itemize plumbing. You want to itemize electrical by room so you understand what you're getting. And you also want to make sure the permits are covered in there, all the materials. We even go so far as to make sure the project is clean when we're done. So we have a cleaning service come in and clean the project. Then, some of the things that you may not think are covered that they are covered in there. Project management, is a contractor going to arrange all the trade contractors and make sure that all happens? Is there interior design services included? Some contractors have men or lady that help with all the color selections. We have that as service available. Is that included? Then of course there's always the legal stuff. What kind of payment structures, waivers of lien, and that's real important. Does the contractor have all the proper insurances? So there's lots of detail that we cover in those proposals.
And again, it kind of can seem overwhelming, but I think the biggest thing to understand is that when working with the Jim Reif Builders, you guys are going to walk with the customer and help them along the way and make them, again, as I mentioned, feel comfortable and secure with the investment that they're going to make.
That's correct. Again, that's why we try to put as much as we can in writing so everybody understands their project and can make the proper decisions.
Well, and I think it very quite frankly just shows the professionalism of when working with Jim Reif Builders. You guys know what you're doing. This isn't your first time doing this. You understand the laws, the legalities. You understand what needs to happen to make everything run as efficiently as possible.
Terry, thank you. You're correct. And we want to keep the customer informed. When it's all said and done, we want to be able to, build that project for the customer. And then hopefully we run into them, in a restaurant or a grocery store. And we talk about life and how the family is not issues or they're upset because something wasn't taken care of or included in the contract. We build relationships as part of what we do at our company.
Absolutely. Jim, really quickly want to touch base upon the Manitowoc County Home Builders Parade of Homes coming up here. New date this year. It's in September.
Yeah, just a few short weeks away. It's September 11th through the 14th. 11 homes that the builders and the Home Builders Association have to view. Cost is $5 in advance, and you can check publications, newspaper, radio ads for where you can buy those tickets. $7 at the houses. And then we're very privileged to have 2 houses in the parade this year. Both of our projects are on South 10th Street, about 2 miles south of Manitowoc, really easy to get to. You can enjoy viewing them.
And it's a great opportunity if people are looking to build new or remodel to go in and get a hands-on experience, per se, on some of the new homes and sometimes the new technology that is in homes.
New technology, new styles. We've got 2 different styles of homes, and you're going to really like what you're seeing there. Different products. You're seeing a little more clean lines, not as much detail anymore, a little more clean lines. I think some neat things to see.
Very cool. Jim, if people want to sit down and talk about a future project, again, whether it's remodeling or a brand new construction, how can they get hold of Jim Reif Builders and get some of your ideas and what you have to offer?
We'd love to hear from them. Our phone number is 684-6899. You can check us out on the web, jimreifbuilders.com, and we're on Facebook also. A lot of neat things to see there.
Jim, we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Terry.
Thanks for listening to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders, the leader in new construction and remodeling here on the Lakeshore. Let their vision enrich your lifestyle. Tune in again next week for another episode of Fine Living on 1240 Radio, WOMT. To learn more, visit jimreifbuilders.com.